Difficult people bring out the worst in us. They challenge our patience, test our resolve, and sometimes make us feel helpless. But how we respond to their actions reveals more about us than them. In this video, we will talk about 10 smart techniques that will help you deal with difficult people. And all these topics are based on Stoic philosophy. So stick around and let's get started. Hi everyone, welcome back to Pill for Philo. This is a place where you can learn about Stoic philosophy and how to apply it to your life. If that sounds interesting, then consider subscribing so you don't miss any new videos. Here are Stoic strategies for dealing with difficult people in any environment. Number 1, empathy and understanding. Empathy is a powerful tool, but like any tool, it needs to be used with care. When dealing with challenging individuals, it can be tempting to pour all our empathy onto understanding their actions and giving them the benefit of the doubt. But when we do this, we risk becoming entangled in their emotional turmoil, which can lead to frustration and even resentment. This doesn't mean we should ignore or dismiss their feelings, but rather that we should approach understanding with a healthy dose of skepticism. Stoics believed that while it was important to understand the emotions of others, it was equally crucial to remain detached from them. By practicing selective indifference, we free ourselves from the burden of caring about things we cannot control and focus our energy on what truly matters. When faced with a difficult person, try this exercise. Take a moment to step back and reflect on the situation from their perspective. What might be causing their anger or frustration? Could there be something in your own behavior that is contributing to the problem? By taking the time to understand their point of view, you may be able to find common ground and work towards a resolution. But remember, the goal is not to become overwhelmed with their emotions, but to gain clarity and perspective. Once you have considered their perspective, ask yourself, how can I respond in a way that is consistent with my values and goals? By following this approach, you can maintain your own emotional well-being while still being empathetic towards others. 2. Set healthy boundaries. One of the most important things you can do when dealing with difficult people is set clear boundaries. This means being assertive about your limits and not allowing others to push you beyond them. It's easy to get caught up in someone else's drama and feel like you have to fix their problems or make things right. But when you do this, you're only enabling the difficult behavior and making it worse. Instead, take a step back and think about what you're willing to tolerate and what you're not. Communicate those boundaries clearly and don't be afraid to enforce them. This might mean ending a conversation that's becoming too heated, taking a break from a toxic friendship, or even distancing yourself from a manipulative family member. It's not always easy to set boundaries, especially with people who are used to getting their way or who don't respect your needs. But it's essential for protecting your own mental health and well-being. Remember, setting boundaries is not selfish. It's an act of self-care, and it allows you to maintain healthy relationships with the people in your life. By doing so, you'll be better equipped to handle difficult conversations and situations without becoming overwhelmed or drained. 3. Stay calm. In the heat of the moment, it can be difficult to stay calm when dealing with a difficult person. Their words or actions may cause you to feel angry, frustrated, or even scared. However, it's important to remember that reacting in kind will only escalate the situation. Difficult people often thrive on chaos and negativity. By staying calm and composed, you can de-escalate the situation and prevent it from spiraling out of control. This doesn't mean you have to agree with the other person or tolerate their bad behavior. It simply means that you need to find ways to manage your own emotional response to their actions. One way to stay calm is to practice deep breathing exercises. By focusing on your breath, you can bring your attention to the present moment and calm your body's fight or flight response. Another helpful technique is to take some time to reflect on the situation before responding. This can help you to think more clearly and rationally and avoid saying or doing something you'll later regret. Remember, staying calm is not about suppressing your emotions or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about finding ways to manage your emotional response to difficult situations and people. By doing so, you'll be better equipped to handle challenging conversations and maintain your dignity and composure. 4. Focus on your own actions. When dealing with difficult people, it's easy to get caught up in their behavior and start focusing on all the things they're doing wrong or all the ways they're hurting you. However, this can be a slippery slope that leads to resentment, bitterness, and a whole lot of negative energy. Instead, focus on your own actions and reactions. Ask yourself, how am I contributing to this situation? How can I improve my communication or behavior? By taking this approach, you'll be able to take control of the situation and not let it control you. You'll also be less likely to get sucked into the negative energy of the difficult person and more likely to find a resolution that works for everyone involved. Remember, you can't control the actions of others, but you can control your own. By focusing on your own actions and reactions, you can maintain your own peace of mind and integrity and be better equipped to handle difficult people and situations. 5. Focus on your personal virtue. Difficult people can sometimes test our limits and challenge our beliefs, but it's important to stay grounded in our personal values and not let their behavior dictate our actions. By focusing on our personal virtue, we can maintain our integrity and composure in the face of adversity. This can be achieved by practicing mindfulness, which involves paying attention to the present moment without judgment. When faced with a difficult situation, take a moment to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment or attachment. This can help you to stay centered and focused on your own path. Remember that you can't control the actions of others, but you can control your own reactions and responses. By focusing on your own behavior, you can maintain your own peace of mind and integrity, regardless of what others may say or do. This approach allows you to stay true to yourself and your values, even in the toughest of situations. 6. Don't take it personally. This is one of the most important things to remember when dealing with difficult people. Their behavior is a reflection of their own issues and problems, not yours. Don't take their words or actions to heart. Instead, try to see things from their perspective and understand the motivations behind their behavior. By doing so, you'll be able to respond in a more thoughtful and empathetic way. Remember, you can't control the actions of others, but you can control your own reactions and responses. Don't let their negativity bring you down. Stay true to yourself and your values and focus on the positive aspects of your own life. 7. Practice rational empathy. When someone is acting out, it can be easy to assume they're just being difficult or intentionally trying to cause problems. However, it's important to remember that everyone is fighting their own battles, and their behavior may be a result of circumstances or experiences you're unaware of. That's why it's crucial to practice rational empathy when dealing with difficult people. This involves trying to understand their perspective and motivations without getting emotionally involved or letting their behavior affect you personally. By practicing rational empathy, you'll be able to respond in a more thoughtful and compassionate way, even when faced with negativity or anger. 8. Accept that you can't change others. It's important to remember that you can't change other people, no matter how much you might want to. We all have free will and the ability to make our own choices, and that includes difficult people. Trying to change someone who isn't willing to change themselves is a recipe for frustration and disappointment. Instead, focus on accepting people for who they are and treating them with kindness and respect. By doing so, you'll be able to maintain your own peace of mind and integrity, regardless of how others may behave. 9. Use the right language. The language you use when dealing with difficult people can make a world of difference. Avoid using accusatory or judgmental language that could escalate the situation. Instead, focus on using positive and solution-oriented language that encourages cooperation and understanding. For example, instead of saying, "You always do this," try saying, "I feel like this is happening more often." By using the right language, you'll be able to diffuse tense situations and maintain a more positive and productive dialogue. 10. Know when to walk away. Sometimes the best thing you can do when dealing with a difficult person is to walk away. If the conversation is becoming heated, if the person is being abusive, or if you feel like you're not making any progress, it's okay to take a break and come back to the situation with a fresh perspective. Knowing when to walk away takes wisdom and emotional intelligence, but it can save you from a lot of unnecessary stress and heartache. Remember, dealing with difficult people is a part of life. By practicing these strategies, you'll be better equipped to handle challenging situations with grace and ease. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Thanks for watching.